All right, so you've done the heavy lifting. You've assessed your AI security needs, you've gathered all the data, and you've pinpointed the risks. But now you're sitting there, looking at this mountain of analysis and thinking, what's next? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to tackle. We're building the bridge from that assessment to a real, concrete, actionable plan.
And just so we're all on the same page, all the information we're digging into today comes straight from Chapter 10 of the AI Security Training Needs Assessment tutorial, which was put together by Virtualization Options LLC.
I mean, really think about it. You've put in the hours, right? You've talked to all the stakeholders, you've analyzed every little task, and you've identified the potential security gaps. You've got data for days, but that one big question just hangs in the air. Now what? How in the world do you turn all this incredible insight into something people can actually use?
This is the moment. This is where we bridge that exact gap. See that whole assessment process? It was never just some academic exercise. It was all leading up to right now. We are going to map out a clear, step-by-step implementation roadmap that's going to guide every single thing you do from this point forward.
You know, what's so important about this is the shift in mindset it demands. The goal was never just to produce a fancy report. The source material is super clear on this. The job isn't done, not even close, until that training is actually out there, being used, and you're measuring how well it's working. The assessment, that was just the starting pistol.
So, what's our main tool for this next part of the journey? It's the implementation roadmap. Seriously, think of it as the blueprint for your entire training program. It answers all the big questions. What are we actually building? In what order? Who's responsible for it? How long is it going to take? And what do we need to get it done? This is the document that takes all that fuzzy ambiguity and turns it into a crystal clear plan.
And the best part? We don't have to make this up as we go. The source material lays out this fantastic 10-step guide. It literally takes you all the way from getting your team together at the very beginning to fine-tuning the program long after it's launched. This is the answer to that "now what" problem.
And here it is, the whole 10-step path, laid out from start to finish. Just take a look. You can see how it flows. Those first few steps, assembling the team, planning, and doing the assessment, yeah, you might have already done that. But look at what comes next. It moves perfectly from analysis to defining the scope, getting that crucial buy-in, and then you get your hands dirty with development and deployment. It's the complete journey, all in one place.
Let's chunk this down into a couple of phases to make it easier. Phase 1 is all about building a rock-solid foundation. This is where you do your homework, you run the assessment, you make sense of all that data, and you nail down a super clear scope for the training. Oh, and pay very close attention to that last one, securing buy-in. I'm telling you, without it, even the most amazing plan is dead in the water.
And now for Phase 2. This is where the rubber really meets the road. We're moving from thinking to doing, creating the actual content, rolling out the program, and, this is absolutely key, setting up a cycle to evaluate and refine it. Because this isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a living, breathing program that's got to evolve.
Which brings us to probably one of the most critical ideas in this whole thing. In the world of AI security, there's no such thing as done. It's just not a word we get to use. You are planning for a constantly moving target, and your roadmap has to reflect that.
And why is that? Well, because the ground is constantly shifting under our feet. The AI tools your team loves today could be old news in 6 months. A new type of security threat could pop up tomorrow. Your company's priorities might pivot next quarter. A rigid, static training plan is basically guaranteed to become irrelevant fast. Your plan has to be built for flexibility.
This quote from the source material just hits the nail on the head. It's not about doing an assessment. It's about building an ongoing assessment capability. You have to think of it less like a project with an end date and more like a continuous process of sensing what's changing and responding to it.
This comparison really lays it all out, doesn't it? A one-time project, it feels good for a minute, but it gets old and outdated real quick. A continuous program, on the other hand, stays relevant. It adapts to new risks. And maybe most importantly, it helps create a real, lasting culture of security around AI. And that's the ultimate prize, isn't it?
So, what's the thing that ties all this initial work together and kicks off the next phase? It's your comprehensive report. But listen, this isn't just some summary you file away and forget. No way. It's the key that unlocks the entire implementation phase. It's the guidebook for your developers and the tool that makes sure the training you build actually solves the problems you found.
So there you have it.
The path from assessment to action is actually pretty clear when you lay it out. That 10-step roadmap gives you the structure, and that mindset of continuous improvement, that's what's going to guarantee your success for the long haul. So the only question left is the big one. Is your organization ready to take that first step?